right, Linda. So you also chose to do a character portrait as well as a beauty portrait. And we're starting here with your character portrait. So your settings all look good. You photographed this subject in this image outside using afternoon light and the soft diffused light that happens from open shade. You're photographing the dancer outside, but you still have her on this wood floor that, I mean, in reality, it's not going to work well for dancing because it has all these bumps in it. But we can kind of buy into the idea that it feels more like a dance floor. It feels like a smooth wood floor. So I think even though you've taken her out of the context of a studio, you've created elements here that remind us of the studio. So even though you're outdoors, you've kind of referenced the studio with that wood floor. So the lighting, like I said, is really beautiful. The subject's all twisted up. So she's a professional dancer, and you have her like cross-legged and her arms are crossed, and she's in her ballet, it looks like, gear. So we have an idea of who she is, and we're definitely getting the idea just because of how like put together her poses, that she knows what she's doing and that she's good at what she does. So even me not knowing anything about ballet or dance, I can definitely gather from this image that this girl is very proficient at what she's doing. And I think you added to that by having that floor and the quality of light that you're working with. And then we move on to the beauty portrait. And this feels like it could be a totally different person, right? This doesn't even feel like it's the same model as who you had here. So I think that transformation between the two, one being more about character and one being more about beauty, comes through here. So you have her dressed in a very formal dress. She's on, looks like just a couch with a curtain in the background. You told us that you lit the background, which was really smart for this, so it doesn't just fall into this weird gray color, but it has more illumination to it. And then you told us about your lighting situation for your subject, where you have 3 light boxes on her. I think you said 3 soft boxes, and let's see, a reflector, I think you said. Yeah, silver reflector. Yeah, so you were really working with lighting here. You were really aware of what each light was doing. I'm curious why you needed 3 lights opposed to just 2 lights here, or even 2 lights and a reflector. So I think in the end, you have a really nice image. You have great lighting in this image. And you said that your subject was really comfortable with your back and forth as you were photographing her, right? You made her comfortable. She felt comfortable. She's at ease in this image. But I wonder if simplifying the lighting a little bit could help if your subject wasn't naturally so comfortable with you. So by just using one strong light in either a fill light or a reflector for that fill, and then the light in the back, by simplifying that a little bit, it might help your subject to kind of have those moments where they forget they're being photographed and they're very natural in front of the camera. So it's not an issue at all here. You clearly had a subject that was really comfortable with you, and your lighting looks great here. So there's no real critique on the lighting. It's just something that I want you to think about. And sometimes we can see photographers get into situations where they're using too much lighting and it becomes just kind of overbearing during the photographing time. It can just be overwhelming for the person that's your subject and sitting for you. So just something for you to think about. Both of your images are really beautiful. Both of them take great care in light when using artificial and when using natural light.